Where are Harry and Meghan's kids? And do they honestly exist? And she didn't actually have these pregnancies. Then is it possible that she has faked having the kids?
Harry and Meghan are in total panic after the hospital leaked shocking proof that their kids might not even be theirs.
Then is it possible that she has faked having the kids?
A woman called DL came forward claiming she's the real mother of Archie and Lilibet, armed with medical records and NDAs. Now, the monarchy faces a royal disaster over their kids' legitimacy.
The rumors that perhaps they used a surrogate for one or both of the children.
See, for years, Meghan has shoved this perfect, glowing mother image down everyone's throat like she's the Virgin Mary of Montecito, all while wagging her finger at the press for daring to question anything. But now the whole charade is cracking, because a woman called DL just hijacked their royal fantasy with the biggest mic drop moment of the decade.
For the conspiracy theory that they not only never had a pregnancy, but that these kids are not real.
DL has publicly claimed she's the actual real biological mother of Archie and Lilibet. Not a donor, not an egg carrier, but the full-blown undercover surrogate who cooked up both of those kids while Meghan pranced around with that ridiculous moon bump like she was auditioning for a school play.
Meghan potentially was not actually pregnant. I had initially believed that the child was real. He was just born of a surrogate. That just...
And before Meghan's squad cries about privacy invasion, let me be clear. DL isn't hiding behind some blurry camera angle or a distorted voice like, this is a low-budget crime documentary. She's showing her face, she's calm, she's collected, and she's got paperwork that makes Meghan's PR fairy tale look like a toddler's arts and crafts project.
They act like they hardly know these people.
We're talking signed non-disclosure agreements, hospital bills, and medical records, all pointing in one brutal direction. Meghan Markle never carried those kids. And as if that wasn't humiliating enough, hospital insiders have confirmed DL nearly died from postpartum preeclampsia after delivering those royal offspring while Meghan paraded around like the queen of fake pregnancies.
Now, right? So the pregnancies were crazy. But the way they describe the birth of the baby was, for me, the first red flag. Because nobody talks about having a baby the way those two talk about having a baby.
You know what's even funnier? The internet hasn't forgotten those viral moon bump videos. You remember those? The ones where Meghan's baby bump folded in on itself like a deflated camping tent during public events. At the time, her PR team screamed, "It's just the dress." Yeah, right. Millions of views later, those clips are everywhere, and suddenly, Meghan's "it's just the fabric" defense looks as solid as her acting career. The palace spent years building this carefully staged narrative with hidden hospitals, fake belly optics, and legal gymnastics. But now the truth is spilling out, and Prince Harry, the man's practically combusting under the pressure.
It has drawn a lot of attention to the controversies surrounding her kids, her pregnancies, how the children came into the world, the whole thing.
Speaking of exposing the lie, let's talk about Meghan's magical pregnancy timeline. Because if science worked the way Meghan wants us to believe, she'd be on the cover of medical journals, not staged magazine shoots. 1 week during the Morocco tour in 2019, Meghan boldly announced she was 6 months pregnant, only to claim she was 5 months along just days earlier. So, what happened there? Did she discover reverse pregnancy? Or is it more likely her PR team can't even keep their lies consistent?
You're still just trying to show up mostly for your children.
Yeah.
But those things are huge medical scares.
I mean, life or death. Truly.
So she's opened up there about having postpartum preeclampsia, which...
But wait, it gets better. During another public event that same year, Meghan plopped down for an interview, and the entire world watched her baby bump visibly fold inward. You know how your stomach definitely collapses when you're cooking a human life? Yeah, me neither. Social media exploded, conspiracy theories went wild, And now those old clips are making a comeback, reminding us that Meghan's pregnancy looked more like a prop than an actual biological event.
We've seen her kneeling down to talk to people when you physically cannot do that. If there is a growing human being in your body and your stomach is extended out to wazoo, you're not squatting on the ground with your legs in front of you right where the bump would be.
And let's not forget the cherry on this absurd cake, Meghan's infamous Oprah interview, where she sniffled her way through excuses about not doing the hospital photo op like every other royal mom before her. But here's what she didn't do: provide any legitimate medical details. You'd think the woman who documents her herbal tea routines would at least share one believable detail about giving birth. But nope, radio silence.
Meghan's doctor had tried several homeopathic ways to get things moving, but our little visitor was just intent on staying put. Okay, red flag number 1, your little visitor?
Meanwhile, Harry, the self-proclaimed protector of truth, is over here making the situation even worse with his ghost-written autobiography, Spare. In what might be the most pathetic birth story ever published, Harry admits to stuffing his face with Nando's chicken, huffing down hospital laughing gas like a teenager at a music festival, and conveniently not remembering if he even called anyone after the birth.
Meg was so calm. I was calm too. But I saw 2 ways of enhancing my calm. 1, Nando's chicken, brought by our bodyguards. And 2, a canister of laughing gas beside Meg's bed.
You really expect me to believe this man who can't resist an attention grab forgot to tell people his kid was born? Please. This isn't a birth story. It's a badly written cover story for a staged event they thought no one would question. Everyone's questioning it now. And if you're questioning it too, hit that subscribe button because I'm going to give you detailed answers in the upcoming videos. But now we're not done exposing these two yet, because the real disaster came with Archie's birth certificate.
Her pregnancies could not possibly have been real. Certainly, the pregnancy with Archie was questionable as all get out.
Now every royal birth, from Princess Diana's kids to Kate and William's children, followed the same transparent process. Full names, doctors' signatures, posted at Buckingham Palace, done.
Dedicated their lives to their children. And the reason they've had to take a step back from public life is because they love their kids so much that all they want to do is be with their kids. Right? This is what we constantly hear. And yet, when it's time to talk about the kids...
But when it came to Archie, Meghan and Harry stalled for 11 days before producing a document which, surprise, surprise, looked sketchier than their Netflix documentary. First, Meghan's full legal name, Rachel Meghan Markle, was wiped off the birth certificate and replaced with her royal title, Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. Because nothing says modern parenting like erasing your name and clinging to outdated royal labels. Insiders say doctors outright refused to sign the document listing Meghan as the birth mother. And honestly, if a surrogate gave birth while Meghan faked the bump parade, can you blame them? Doctors don't exactly like committing fraud for Instagram likes. And while the world waited for answers, Harry pulled another sneaky PR stunt by altering his own title, adding Prince before his name on the certificate, like that somehow made the whole mess legitimate.
That's the way people would behave if they're not the one pregnant, right? The surrogate's pregnant. Did you mean you went to go hop in the car and see if her time had come yet?
Meanwhile, William and Kate's kids. Immediate, transparent, legitimate. Every detail shared without games, without scandals, without the internet accusing them of staging pregnancies. But Meghan and Harry. They've been playing hide and seek with basic facts since day one, and now the whole world's watching the house of cards collapse.
In his rambly way, he says, I don't remember if we ever tried Granny's suggestion of a bumpy car ride. But he said finally it was, let's just go and make sure nothing's wrong. Let's be prepared in case the doctor says it's time. So they decide, even though there's been no birth pains, nothing's going on.
So, let's talk about the absolute royal disaster happening behind palace walls right now. Because Meghan Markle's little PR fantasy didn't just backfire, it blew a hole through the monarchy the size of California. Here's the thing no one wants to say out loud. If Archie and Lilibet were born through some hidden, undisclosed surrogacy, do they even qualify to be holding royal titles?
They created a really big mess of Archie's birth, quite frankly, and the pregnancy as well.
Turns out, hiding a surrogate isn't just a little celebrity PR trick. It carries massive legal consequences when royal bloodlines and succession are involved. British constitutional advisors are already in crisis mode, quietly reviewing whether the Sussex kids are even legitimate royal heirs or just props in Meghan's failed Netflix reality show. Imagine being so obsessed with fame that you risk derailing an entire ancient institution just to sell merch and fake your way into family photo ops. That's where we are right now.
Because during the pregnancy, there was all these suspicions and these weird things that people were like, wait, what is happening here? And then when Archie was actually born, they played games, and you know what they did? They won stupid prizes.
Now behind the scenes, the chaos is reaching new heights. Meghan's silence on the surrogate scandal is deafening. No press conference, no denial, no proof, just a whole lot of legal threats quietly sent to media outlets behind closed doors. But here's the thing, threatening reporters doesn't exactly scream confidence. If anything, it makes Meghan look guiltier by the second, while the entire world waits for her to crack under the pressure.
Without doing some sort of Hail Mary, bringing forth lots of evidence to just shut all these rumors down, which, as you know, I believe they should have done from the start, and it's never too late.
Meanwhile, DL, the alleged surrogate, isn't hiding, isn't panicking, and isn't backing down. She's welcoming DNA tests, sworn statements, public interviews, you name it, she's ready to go. Her fearless confidence is making Meghan's staged silence look more and more like a guilty party caught in a royal lie they can't control. And that's exactly where Harry comes in. Because word is, the man is spiraling. This royal mess is only getting started. Don't forget to subscribe for the next chapter of the Sussex downfall.